In the valley of Ngora flowed a river of silver, old as earth, singing life into every village dawn. Asetu, the river queen, walked the banks like a child of water, braids threaded with shells and secrets. Okpanachi arrived one dusty morning, a warrior with tired eyes who carried stories heavier than his pack. They loved in the hush between tides, a queen and a mortal, and the river folded around them. Nwanyi Namiri, mother of water, rose from a whirlpool of moonlight, anger and sorrow braided into her voice. With a goddess's verdict, the river was cursed. Every century its hunger would demand a life. A child of water drifted from the storm, silver-eyed and bound to the river's endless heartbeat. A century turned, Ngora grew bright and busy, but the old curse lay quiet as a waiting shadow. Onwebiko came to the river at dusk, pot in hand, humming a small song she trusted into the water. The current changed in an instant. A laugh disappeared beneath ripples. One breath, then only frantic water. Dawn brought a heavy silence. Villagers counted absence like someone counts a wound that will not close. The elders convened. Shells clacked and old rites were opened. Choices made from memory and trembling hands. A lottery of shells named the next offering. One family's sorrow, the village's fragile pause of peace. They dressed the chosen in white and gold, while mothers whispered blessings into every gold bead and fold. A procession moved like a slow river of its own. Torches, bowed heads, footsteps that prayed the night. The water took what was offered. For a time the hunger was sated, and the river returned calm. Years shaped kings and crowns. Oba Emenike III learned to wear both protection and the heavy private guilt. The king declared a new law, no more sacrifices. His voice promised a future without blood. But the river remembered older promises. When refused, it answered with strange currents, fish that surfaced lifeless. Empty things appeared, sandals, a child's swing, a bowl left cooling on the hearth, absence multiplying. A traveler entered Ngora with a bright smile and no knowledge of the price that awaited strangers. The path of no return was born. Visitors welcomed, but some never made their next sunrise. In hidden groves, the village's fear became action. Hands once kind became the net that captured visitors. They built secret altars along the bank, stolen offerings wrapped in travelers' cloaks, candles guttering with guilt. Ibele walked through this world with steady steps, 3 shells braided in her hair like a promise against fear. At night, the river visited her dreams, a silver-eyed child, a plea that tugged at the edges of her rest. Elder Nanji read the lines in her eyes and the old map. He named a single word that could end the hunger: forgiveness. She left at dawn with a small bundle and the village's fragile hope stitched into each knot. The Iroko forest opened like a cathedral. Roots remembered names and the air held holy hushes. At night, the drowned shapes hovered near the fire. Ibele listened without fear, patient as stone and river. She crossed rapids the river tested, each step a small vow. I will not falter. I will keep going. At the source, a ring of ancient stone guarded clear water and glyphs that remembered an older law. A small, silver-eyed child surfaced, not a monster, but a sorrow that had become a chain around the river. The spirit circled and tested her heart. She offered a carved shell where they expected steel and did not flinch. The moon bled red above Angora, and the valley held its breath. The law of the river readied itself. Ibele walked into the blazing current and spoke plainly to the goddess. "I am here. I offer myself for peace." She gave what no crown could ask for, not revenge, but forgiveness. A human hand held out to a weary god. At dawn, the water stilled and the red moon faded. The river remembered mercy and let its hunger go. A small island rose with white lilies, Ibele's rest, a quiet marker where grief learned the shape of thanks. Angora changed its hymn. Each year, the village sings, drums, and tells of the woman who taught the river mercy.